How you guys doing? Thank you for joining me here on SB252. Georgia just defeats Auburn 28-7 in the SEC championship game, and now they're the SEC champions. So obviously we all know just 21 days ago, Georgia lost 40-17 to this same Auburn squad, and at the time they were number 1. Well, they were number 6 coming into this game, and in all likelihood now, they're going to be going to the college football playoffs to face Oklahoma in the first round, the team that just won earlier today against TCU. They're going to have their hands full against Oklahoma, but today they took it to Auburn. Now, Auburn, it didn't start out that way. Remember, despite being blown out in the last matchup against Auburn, quarterback Fromm in the last game led him all the way down the field for a touchdown, and it looked like Georgia would win that game, but in turn, Auburn ended up winning the game. The same thing happened in this game. Auburn went all the way down the field early in the game, got a touchdown, came back down the field again, looked like they were about to take at least a 10-point lead, but then quarterback Stidham was sacked. They forced the fumble, and Georgia recovered it in the first quarter, and that's really what turned the tide in this game. Now, Fromm played a decent game, was efficient, but talk about this running game for Georgia. That's what got it done. In the first game, they ran for about 46 yards combined. Nick Chubb only had 27 yards in that first matchup. Today, he had 77. Now, Sony Michel also had a good game today. And they also had another guy come off the bench. Swift ran a 64-yard touchdown in the fourth quarter that really sealed the deal. It didn't matter who they put in the game. They were running the ball efficiently. But in the fourth quarter, Auburn, at one point, was only down by 2 touchdowns. They just gave up. They gave up. But give them a lot of credit because they had a good season. Season's not over, of course, but they're not going to be going to the playoffs. That's for sure. And Kerryon Johnson played today. We did not think he was going to play, but he clearly was not the same player that he usually is because he was a big impact against this Georgia team last time they played. Fumbled the ball in this game. That really cost them, and they lost the game because they didn't have him. Both of these teams are similar. Both of them like to run the ball and play great defense and set up the pass through the play action and through the running game. So they didn't have their main running back, and Georgia did run the ball today, and mistakes as well. In the last game, we all know Georgia had too many mistakes, but in this one, it was Auburn who made mistakes. Had a blocked field goal, fumbled the ball, as I mentioned before. And also, they fumbled the ball twice. The quarterback fumbled the ball, and Kerryon Johnson fumbled the ball. So, Auburn, good season. We kind of knew that they might fall short today just because, they had high stakes. The pressure was on them. They had just beaten Alabama in the Iron Bowl. Georgia was angry about the last loss, and they wanted to come up and win a game. So, Georgia will play Oklahoma. I personally would have rather seen Auburn just because I think they're the more complete team, but give credit to Georgia because they got it done. As well as Godwin, good receiver out there, man. He played a good game. Anyway, thank you guys for watching.